Hi everyone, welcome back to Cheese and Turtles. My name's Imogen. In today's video, I'm sharing 10 ways that I'm happy with my life right now. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to do that. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram. Let's get started. So I like to talk about these kinds of topics occasionally because I think sometimes we can get very caught up in the sort of routine of everyday life and we fail to appreciate our own achievements and we fail to appreciate the good things in life that we just have around us and that we kind of take for granted. So these are 10 things that I'm happy with in my life right now. And the first one is that I have my own space and I live in a beautiful city. So in 2024, after I graduated from Durham, I was very, very grateful that I was able to move back to Cambridge. And I just love living here. I have a lovely flat, so I'm very grateful for that. And it definitely helped my mental health a hell of a lot, like it really did. Don't get me wrong, I did love living with my housemates in Durham, but I think for this stage of my life, it's really important that I kind of had my own space, and obviously living in Cambridge is amazing. Love it so much. All right, number 2, I'm financially independent. So this is something that I achieved a little while back, and it definitely completely changed my life. Just having that kind of security and stability, and that's something that I've worked for really a long time for. So kind of achieving that milestone was really important, and it kind of sped up my other goals as well, because I kind of felt like I had a sense of security and I was able to, I don't know, almost take bigger risks, I guess, because I had that kind of core of stability. So that also really helped with my mental health. I guess this is just a list of things that I've done in my life that have helped with my mental health. Anyway, let's move on. Number 3, I get to do work which interests and fulfills me. So again, another thing that I'm immensely grateful for is that I'm developing my career and that I find that work really fulfilling, and I find that work to be meaningful, and I feel like I'm making a contribution. So that's something that I am hugely grateful for, and it makes me really happy. And I do genuinely feel like it's contributing towards giving me a sense of purpose. So yeah, really, really happy about that. Right, number 4, I have fulfilling social relationships. Again, something that was really a long time in the making, but I think in 2023 as well, but 2023 and 2024 were both big turning points, or maybe the whole 2-year period was one big turning point for me in social terms, where I really sort of focused on my core relationships and friendships and really went for quality over quantity in those. So I now have some amazing close friendships that I am so lucky to have. And well, I don't know if it's luck, I think it's effort. I mean, obviously meeting the friends that I have and them also wanting to be friends with me was amazing luck. But I think that's not to devalue the work that each of us have put into the friendship as well. And relationships. All right, so the next thing, and this is a little bit more trivial, but it's still really important. It still brings me a lot of joy. I get to engage in as much pop culture as I want, basically, and I've discovered some awesome new artists. So exploration of culture and pop culture is really important to me, because growing up, I didn't have a lot of exposure to that. And so that kind of journey of discovery has been really exciting. And I went to loads of gigs. I'm a huge fan of live music, I have concerts. So I always try and see at least a few new artists every year, and I always see my favourite band if they are touring, which they have been for the last 3 years. Well, not touring, but playing at least one show, which they have been for the last 3 years, and will be again next year. So that's exciting. And just that whole sort of sense of engagement in culture and pop culture is something that gives me a lot of fulfillment, and it makes me feel kind of connected to the people around me and that we have things to talk about and we're engaging in the artistic side of ourselves and appreciating culture. Another thing that I'm really happy with right now is that I've been able to express myself through appearance changes and revamping my style. If you met me 5 years ago, you probably would not recognise me. And my basis for this is that I changed my appearance at university a lot. So I changed my style. I used to be not blonde. You can probably tell that blonde is my natural hair colour, not my natural hair colour. So I changed that. I learned how to do makeup. Recently in 2024, I lost quite a lot of weight. So I changed a lot of stuff about my appearance. And when I went back home, for like a while. Like I had people like that I'd known like when I was, you know, sort of an older teenager. They just completely walked past me in the street like they didn't recognize me. So that was cool. And yeah, I changed my appearance a lot. So it was really nice to be able to kind of like engage in like expressing my style and just really dive into the whole world of like appearance changes and fashion. And yeah, it was just cool. I find it really, really fulfilling. The next thing that I'm really happy about is that I have a lot of hobbies and I'm doing things regularly which really make me happy. So I made a point in 2024, well, I learned this in 2024 and I'm really trying to apply it in 2025 to really just be happy and to engage in things that make me happy on purpose. Because I used to have this approach to like just hobbies and stuff that they were like irrelevant and unproductive, and I got so burned out, okay? And I was just like not enjoying my life at all. So for me now, hobbies and having fun is kind of like essential. And you know, I have hobbies like I like to ice skate, I play D&D, I've been learning to cook, I journal a lot, I go to gigs like I mentioned earlier. So I have a lot of hobbies and they really fulfill me. The next thing is that my mental health is in so much of a better place than it was. In the second half of 2024, I went back to therapy for 6 months with the therapist that I've had for the past 5 years. And it just, I mean, obviously therapy always helps, but this time something really clicked. And I feel like therapy is a gradual process, and I've been working on myself that way for a really long time, and it had been sort of like a gradual process of my mental health going like up and up and up in terms of quality. But just for some reason in 2024 I had an enormous breakthrough, and it just felt like suddenly my brain was changed in some way, and I was experiencing so much more authentic joy day to day. Like I'd experience like spontaneous moments of gratitude or spontaneous moments of just like, oh my God, I have an amazing life. And, you know, just being able to look at the world in a whole different way. I have no other explanation for it than the, you know, the cumulative power of firstly, like working on myself in therapy, and secondly, achieving a lot of like goals that massively improved my quality of life in 2024. But yeah, my mental health improved so much, and I felt like I completely had a breakthrough, which was something that had been kind of like coming for a long time, but when it finally hit, it was amazing. All right, the next thing that I'm grateful for is that I'm able to travel, and I've been seeing a lot of fascinating new places recently. So some travel highlights that kind of changed my brain chemistry, and I've vlogged all of these, so you can go and check them out. I did a long trip around Europe. I did a trip to San Francisco, which was my first time in the States, and yeah, I saw the Pacific Ocean for the first time, and that was amazing. I climbed Twin Peaks, and I got to look out at the whole city, so I hiked all the way up there. When I was in Europe, I went to the Lisbon Aquarium, the Oceanarium, and I saw a sunfish for the first time, which sunfish are quite rare, and the Lisbon Aquarium, fun fact, is one of the only aquariums in the world that has the facilities to properly care for a sunfish. So I never actually thought I'd get to see one, like in the flesh as it were, and I did, and it was amazing. Another thing that I loved was the Geneva Botanical Garden. I don't know, something about being outside in nature just really, really calms me down. Anyway, being able to travel and seeing a lot of fascinating new places was a massive privilege, and I was so lucky to do that, and I'm really excited to do more of that this year. The last thing, and I kind of wanted to save this for last, is that I am absolutely thrilled with the growth of this channel as a creative outlet and as a community. So if you're new here, then make sure you subscribe, because we do a lot of fun stuff and we talk about a lot of cool stuff on this channel. If you're new here, you might not realise that I've been working very hard on the growth of this channel and this community since November 2023. So in November 2023, I started this project to post a video every day for a month until December 23. I thought this will be a fun experiment, and then at the start of December 23, the channel had grown so much. So for context, I started with about 30 subscribers. The channel had grown so much that I decided to just continue. I started 2024 with just under 100 subscribers and I finished 2024 with nearly 800 subscribers. So it might not sound like a lot, but to me that was a hell of a lot. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Like, just being able to do this and being able to talk to you and being able to share my experiences and hear your experiences in the comments is so immensely fulfilling. And every time that someone comments that I've helped them, or, you know, just that they've enjoyed watching a video, it genuinely makes my day. Guys, I say this before, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I read every single comment and I do appreciate what you guys write. So that is something that makes me immensely happy. Like, I look at my channel every day. I read your comments every day, okay? And I really do feel like we are building a community here, and that is something that I'm just immensely proud of and I feel really lucky to have in my life. So thank you for being here on this channel. If you are new, make sure to subscribe because I would love you guys to stick around. Give this video a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram. I will see you next time. Okay, bye.